All right, so we have a little treat for you. So this is a coaching call from the Agency Owners Association. This is a group that Neil and I have for agency owners to help you grow faster. So if you're in the agency space, you are a services business, this is applicable to you. It's a little preview of a call. It's probably 10, 15 minutes or so, and you get a sense for what it looks like to be in the group. If you want to learn more about the group, you can go to marketingschool.io/agency. Again, it's marketingschool.io/agency. Hope you enjoy the episode.
All right, so someone had actually reached out to me and said, these Friday calls have basically turned into like the AI tool sharing calls. And since AI is moving so fast, that's kind of like, you know, where things have gone in the recent Friday calls. So I'd love to open up the room now and either share like one word that's on your mind about what's alive in you, how you feel today. Or if you want to jump in and say, this is a cool new AI tool that I found this week, I would love to hear. Dimitri? No? Yes?
Well, we're working for hours, but no tools for me. No, I actually have a question.
Sure.
Like, because I try, like, I'm trying to reach out people on the LinkedIn. I know this is a very basic question, but I'm 12 years in performance marketing, so I don't have that much connections with the like personal connections. Yeah, it's pretty much business to business. So I'm trying to reach out the people I need in LinkedIn, and obviously I think either most of them doesn't use it as some sort of messaging app. Yeah, either it just like out stuff. Yeah, it's used by out stuff where there is a team who makes the communication for this kind of people. Yeah. So yeah, I would love to hear what's the best scenario if you meet certain people that you actually want to talk like afterwards. Because I got few connections on the Web Summit in Lisbon, and I got verbal agreement to have a call, you know, and I'm trying to reach them out in LinkedIn. No reply, never. The messages never been read. So what's your experience? What's your scenario to get the context? Like either to grab the phone number, either Facebook. What's the flow? Like I need really help on this. Yeah.
My experience has been, yeah, get their phone number and then connect with them on WhatsApp. WhatsApp is pretty, we run an association that has contacts worldwide, and those people love WhatsApp. They prefer to be on WhatsApp than LinkedIn.
Do you mind mentioning the type of people, like the industry? Because I've seen a huge impact on different industries.
Well, there is several business service businesses. It's like the recent one is I don't remember the company, but just give me a second. The guy's position is vice president of growth, and you know it's kind of busy people. I do understand. Give me a sec. His name. And the company name is I don't know.
So is that like a local service type of
no,
business?
it's like it's integrators on demand, let's say, this entire company. They're pretty huge. Like,
Let me ask a question then. When you met these people, you said you had a verbal commitment. Was that just like a verbal like, hey, we should chat? Or was it a verbal like,
no.
An outcome?
I actually explained what I want to get from them. And like they said, like, yeah, it's fine. Sounds interesting. I mean,
I don't know if this has been anybody else's experience. And Dimitri, I don't know how many shows like this you've done, but I feel like I've been doing shows like this all my life. Unfortunately, we go to these shows and we make great connections and we have wonderful conversations and we come back really excited, like, okay, look, there's at least a half a dozen people here. And then they ghost us.
Yeah, so we have I have my senior account executive, like her responsibility and what she's measured on at conferences is how many meetings she gets booked from at the conference. So she has a booking link there. So like this most recent conference, we had a target of 15, we got 19, and qualify them in conversation and schedule the follow-up meeting. So for the next 3 weeks, we have a wall of meetings following this conference. That's the approach I've found that works best.
And
Exactly.
Brennan, they show up for the meeting?
Oh yeah,
Oh,
100%.
good.
I mean,
For you.
I would say we have a fairly substantial presence in that space, and like the conference that we were at most recently, the conference itself is a client of ours, so we have authority there, and people want to speak with us. I would say it's otherwise 80 to 90% show rate. This one's 100%, but they're pretty high. But the industry has a lot of like the travel industry keeps their promises. The B2B SaaS industry does not. So that's another
Yeah.
consideration.
It's
Right.
mine.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the industry is a huge factor.
Right.
Absolutely. If you go after, and I think the individual, like if the company is hiring, of course, a lot of the executives are going to be more active, most likely on LinkedIn. Just random example there, but on the counter side, and it's like on an extreme, another extreme would be like recruiting in and of itself, like recruiting companies. Um, Now on the other side of the spectrum, look at like contractors, like home services and stuff like that. Like they have a LinkedIn profile, but they're not logging into it. They're not using it at all. So like people that work with their hands and not on the computer, right? Like that's the other extreme of the spectrum. And like I think it's really important to understand where you fall on that. And then yeah, what Brennan just said was pretty awesome advice. If they're saying that they want to hop on a call with you already, you might as well just book the call right then and there. Suggest a couple times and like have a few times in your head already as you know walk up to people and engage with people, and then just throw them out there, see what they
Yeah.
say.
So let me clarify. So just like as soon as we agreed, as soon as we said yes, I'm just opened up the calendar, yeah, and proceed for the booking, like at the same moment.
Yeah. Just say, hey,
That's how
let's
it
get
should
it on the
be.
calendar so we don't forget.
Okay. Okay.
Even
Makes
if the
sense.
show rate's 50%, that's more than you'd get otherwise.
True. Like, I mean, I'm the new one in B2B SaaS, so yeah, I didn't expect that. In our performance marketing, everything was before.
I
Better.
I like have learned to not touch B2B SaaS with a 10-foot pole. That industry is full of assholes. Like that is what I've learned. So thank you for doing the
Yeah.
Lord's work. Like they need it. Like oh God. Does anybody else have this experience with B2B SaaS for like they're the worst clients across the board?
Yeah, this is where I live. Thank you very much.
I've only done B2B SaaS for
Yeah.
years, and actually agreeing with Brennan, I've had to pivot out of it this year just because their lack of money.
Oh, it's their lack of like of
Everything.
accountability. Like they all have like so I've recruited 5 employees out of a company called Directive. That's a B2B SaaS consulting firm, and
Mm-hmm.
the owner of Directive is a coach of mine too. So like I see the shit that he deals with, and I understand from them that the people that I've hired, what they say is basically B2B SaaS is a bunch of people who have set unrealistic goals to generate basically investment funding to exit before the business actually generates any real value. So it's a bunch of vanity.
True.
It's a bunch of vanity. And then the people that they hire are not like they hire people, it's all vanity. It's just like in travel, it's very different. People are like they want relationships, they want to do good work, they want to stay there for the long term. And it's like it seems like the exact opposite in SaaS. So Dimitri, I think that I don't think it's you as much as it is the industry.
I think it's a generalization, Brennan.
Yes.
There's a lot of different types of people in all different types of industries.
There's I have an experience of high concentration in B2B SaaS. So I'm
fair enough.
speaking from my experience specifically.
Yeah, this is very new for me. Like before we had a different flow, so it's kind of very new for me. Yeah. Like, it's pretty basic for everyone, yeah, who have the company, who have the own business and everything. But for me, it's like a gap that I'm feeling only 12 years after. Yeah, but we have what we have. All right. So this is for my part. I'm good. Thank you.
No, that's a
Yeah.
great topic. That's a great topic because I feel like over the last like 2 or 3 months, there's been so many of you who have been going to conferences and meeting people and setting up connections and like really preparing for the next year through organic relationships. Yeah, so that's a great topic. Thanks for bringing that up. Yeah, who else would like to share either like what's one word that you're feeling like what's alive in you, or share a tool, or if you'd like to take it in another direction, that's fine too.
Yeah, I mean, I'll jump right in. Nice to meet everybody. I'm new to this group. I just joined maybe a couple weeks ago. Run a marketing agency, focuses in higher education. That's our niche. 𝗔𝗕𝗢𝗨𝗧 is a tool that I've been using for my LinkedIn posts. I just put it in there. Really cool for presentations. We're starting to use it for pitches, proposals. The free version works great as well. But that's a tool that I've started using, and I've got people on our team also starting to use it, and it's pretty neat. But nice to see everybody.
Very cool. Yeah, welcome in, Rustam. And thank you for sharing that. So you said you were doing it for like LinkedIn posts and you were encouraging your team to use it. Are you doing it for like proposals or just like general authority building or
proposals, presentations? So we also do consulting in the space. And so been introducing it to a lot of my clients as well, to use in their work internally for their teams, and they love it. So yeah, it's been really great for all of it. And I use it in my newsletters as well.
If you're an agency owner looking to break high 7 figures, 8 figures, or even 9 figures, the Agency Owners Association is for you. It's ran by my partner, Neil Patel, and myself. And we've been there, done that from an agency standpoint. And if you want to learn more about it, if you want to grow faster, get more clients, take yourself out of the day-to-day, just go to marketingschool.io/agency to learn more.
Ooh, yeah. That's good. Does it have, I was playing around a little bit with it, but not too much. Does it have animations in there? I can't remember.
There are some animations. It's limited. I've got the free version still. I'm testing it out. It's still in beta, so we can kind of see what happens with it. Some of these .ai platforms, they'll come and go, as we all know. So hopefully this one stays around, but there's definitely some animations, like things moving, and so on. So yeah.
Super cool. Yeah, thanks for sharing that.
Sure.
I saw Scott posted something in the chat where ByteDance is being forced to sell TikTok to the US or get banned. Scott, what prompted you to put that in the chat, other than it being amazing news?
Well, I don't know if it's amazing. I'm just wondering how if anyone is on TikTok or anyone is thinking this is going to have an impact, but they are basically, they can't overthrow the original decision. And so it seems like they're going to be banned from operating in the United States, which is going to be interesting because all that traffic or all those eyeballs are going to shift somewhere, like Instagram and YouTube and Facebook and back to it maybe. So that's going to be interesting to watch.
Or maybe Elon will buy it.
Maybe. Yeah, that is.
Diane, you are also new. Welcome in. Would you love to introduce yourself? Because I would love that.
Sure, I'd be happy to. So I run an agency that's focused mostly on regulated industries. So we do healthcare, legal, cannabis, wine, and spirits, although we do trades as well, just because referrals. So we don't actively push that, but we've got a number of good clients there. I also do fractional CMO consulting with some kind of targeted larger clients. And just really excited to be a part of the group. And I echo, we don't do very much in the past. I've been a CMO on a couple of accounts that were B2B SaaS, and I will absolutely attest to the fact that that's where the crazy ass founders live.
Diane, you had posted something in the community about using ChatGPT and how the effects of AI are affecting SEO. And I know that you had watched the strategy circle on SEO, but I'd love for you to maybe re-ask the question here. And I specifically think that maybe Scott and Kevin would have something to say, or at least a comment Would you mind like kind of resharing the question?
Yeah, absolutely. So I mean, obviously, AI, I think has our industry in the crosshairs before anyone else's. So, we're kind of the early adopters, I think, as a group, all of us in general, not just my company. But and it's interesting because when generative AI first kind of went, I would say, mainstream, there was all this warnings that if you use it to produce content like blogs, for example, that it adds a digital signature to the blog and therefore Google recognizes it. It'll, notice it as spam. And so, basically you're wasting your time. And it's worse because now you're producing a bunch of junk content for a site that can actually, cause it to potentially be deranked or lost in ranking. So, but then more recently, because I'm trying to consume as much content as I can in the AI marketing space in general, I'm hearing things like, well, it's, first of all, Google can't always tell if you're using it to produce long form, high quality content, you're embedding videos, you're embedding links, you're kind of doing all the right things such that a human would want to read it. Then actually it is okay. And there's a lot of opportunities that I think we have. So like for our clients, for example, one of the things we do for local SEO is we build out detailed location pages on websites. And it's time consuming because I have to have an actual writer go in and create that unique content for each page. It would be really cool because we could absolutely imagine how we would use AI to do that, but we don't want to, nobody cares that you use AI. Okay, well, thank you. Is that the answer really? That, does Google care, I guess is the question?
No, I was pointing to the video that I posted in the chat.
Oh,
it's literally what it's called.
That was just your general answer to my question.
Sorry.
So
It's like, all right, then moving on.
to answer the question, does Google care? Yeah, to answer the question, does Google care? They definitely do. Right, there is a reason why is because the index size they have